the Latina Leadership Podcast, the podcast made for Latinas by Latinas, with Angelica Cázares, Carolina Arenas, Diana Ruby, Jacqueline Villagomez, and Sonia Ramirez. Get comfortable, amiga, and enjoy the conversations.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Latina Leadership Podcast. My name is Angelica Cázares, and I am your host for today. On today's episode, usually I give the guest an opportunity to introduce themselves. So, Alci, if you can introduce yourself.
Yes. My name is Alci Gramajo. I work with Rush Direct Inc. Right here in Chicago. And I am the CEO and VP Purchasing in Rush Direct. I have been working with them for about 21 years already. So it's very exciting to be with them and learn more about all the business that they were doing.
Alci, before we start talking about your position with Rush and how you got there, how did you start? How did you start your career? ¿Dónde comenzaste?
So I worked in cosmetic manufacturing before for several years in different companies, and I started to learn a lot of different things in the manufacturing field. So I work in different departments as well, and I learned a lot. When the company closed down because the president and owner of the company passed away.
Okay.
So at the end, the company closed, and I started to look for a job, and I ended with Rush Direct.
Did you always know what you were going to do, or did you just happen to come into the position?
Actually, I didn't even think to work in the pet business because Rush Direct is pet business. And I started to work with them, and actually I told to Charles and Vera that are the owner of Rush Direct, and I mentioned to them that when I started to work with them, I was looking for something else because the company was too small. And I usually work in big companies, and I grew in different departments and learned a lot. So when I came aboard with Rush Direct, was just them and one more person. They have a lot of brokers, sales, and everything, but I said I was alone by myself in the office, and I started to see, maybe I need to look for something else, And they travel a lot because they were looking for more suppliers, more customers, and everything because they work very hard, We are right here because of them, actually. But, I started to work with them and without, know anything about the pet business, to tell you the truth. But I know, the process and everything, how to set up an iron and how to do a lot of different things because I have the background in the cosmetics and I did a lot of things as well.
So tell us a little bit what Rush actually does. What do they actually do?
Actually, right now, I am in the COO and VP Purchasing. So I actually work with them in...
Operating Officer.
Yes.
Also don't know, COO.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
I work with them. I manage the warehouse, the office, VP Purchasing, and I work together with all the team that we have right now.
Okay. So in the line of the work that you do, you actually help develop?
Actually, it's not kind of what I do, but we have personal that we're doing.
Which is what Rush does. They help develop products that you could eventually find in stores.
Yes, exactly.
Example, what? What kind of product? If I go, what does Rush develop? Because I know it's in pet. What department is it?
It's a pet business. It's pet products, pet treats,
Walmart, can y'all help
pet food.
So, is there a brand that we would know that Rush does?
Yes.
Such as?
Ultra Chewy. Ultra Chewy is our brand.
Okay.
Actually, we started with Walmart with Ultra Chewy, 20 years ago or before.
I'm a cat person. So what is that for a dog? What is that? What is it? Ultra Chewy. What is it?
Actually, right now, I can tell you that the customers are happy with the product, and the product is very tasty and digested for them.
Okay.
So, and the people like it because of that,
Okay. So it helps the pet.
It helps to...
The dog, the pet? It's a pet product, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, no, it's a background. I thought it's pet threats, you know?
Okay.
Pet threats. It's to learn and teach the dogs, actually, when you train the dog to go, okay, if you sit down, I give you one training trip, you know?
Yeah.
And that way you can, train the dog, to do things as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was really unsure. I was like, wait, like I eat it and my digestive system, what's going on here? So your company has been working with Walmart or has been a supplier with Walmart for how long did you say?
More than 20 years, actually.
I have a question. How's your relationship with Walmart?
Very good. We have a very good relationship. We are distributing, a lot of different products to them. It's under the brand Allroyd right now. Before we started with Ultra Chewy, but after, it changed to the private label. Brand Allroyd.
Okay.
Yes.
So the private label. So how does that process work? Say you're a developer in one rush, right? And you're like, I have an idea. How does it start from start to end, and how do you introduce it to Walmart?
Actually, we started to try different flavors first. And the product to see if it's gonna be a product that the pets are gonna like. You know, could be a dog, a cat. That mainly is the items that we produce. But we first started to produce, to check the product and everything, what is the ingredient list, what is the analysis, yes, and everything, just to see something that is going to be. We do, some analysis, and also we check a lot of the product just to see if it's going to be something that the pets are going to like, before we introduce,
Okay, so then I have a question. So I have a dog, right? And you have a new product coming out. How can I get my dog to try your product first before you shelve it on Walmart?
Well,
the audience wants to know.
No, actually we have, a kind of, we send samples and everything to the customers. Some of the customers, we have some of the marketing as well that we do sometimes.
Yeah.
And they started to try the product like that.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
So, open call. Have you heard of open call? Walmart's open call. You product's been at Walmart for quite some time, but have you heard of open call?
No.
No. So open call. Walmart's open call is where new diverse suppliers, hopefully, come in and they introduce their product, and then in hopes to get on the shelves of Walmart. So, would you recommend? I know you guys develop, but there's entrepreneurs out there that have great products that maybe you can't help them. Is Walmart a shelf that you want to be on?
And you know what? Walmart is the biggest retail store that we have. We have our products in different retail stores, but Walmart has been the biggest that we have right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we have been working very good. I like to work with them because it's a lot of different things that we do. In the process of everything that we do for Walmart.
Yeah, okay. So, getting on out there, I know that sometimes, and this is through the grapevine, this is me asking 1,000 questions, right? Usually Walmart, they have people in the industry who can help you answer the questions that you might not know.
Mm-hmm.
They have the experts. Am I saying that correctly? If you were to go to Walmart's representative, will they be able to answer your questions? So I'm trying to get people interested in coming and actually pitching their product to open call, even as much as they're prepared.
Definitely.
Is that something like you feel like you can say, yeah, they actually have the experts there that they can help me guide me to whatever it is that I might need or push me in the right direction?
Yeah, actually, you know what? Mainly this question maybe is going to be for the sales department because they introduce the product, they go over there and they talk with the people that they have to talk in Walmart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you got people, you're
Yes.
and you have the people to do it.
We have the marketing, we have the sales department, and we have different people, that work directly with Walmart.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
So 2 questions before I let you go.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any piece of advice for all the entrepreneurs in the room today? What would you give? What would you tell them for the entrepreneurs?
Well, I am happy to be here, first of all, okay, and to learn more about this, program, and also that happy to be a supplier for Walmart. And I think, the hard work that everybody can do and be right here, help a lot, to introduce the product and put it into the shelf for Walmart or any other, customer.
Wow.
Yes.
One last question, and this is, I'm thinking I know what you're going to answer, but I have to ask it because I ask everybody who comes on the podcast. Do you consider yourself a leader?
Yes, I am.
Why?
Because I have been working with different positions. I have been working with a lot of different people as well, and helping Rush today with a lot of different things. Maybe not to sell or to put the product in the shelf, but in another, maybe I can say programs or another fields into Rush Direct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Really quick, is there anything that I did touch on that you want to mention about Rush or your relationship with Walmart?
No, just to mention that Rush Direct has been in the business for more than 20 years. And I know Charles and Vera are not right here. They were going to be the best person to, mention and talk about the company. But I am glad to be right here,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You definitely done a step up with the ladders to be in the position that you're in. Thank you. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
No, thank you too.
Before I go, I wanted to open up to the floor. If anybody has any questions for her or any comments, suggestions. The question is, how did she get into the line of work?
Onto the line of work? Oh, actually, because I learned a lot of different positions and I work in different things at the same time. I have been working in all my career, not only in pet business and cosmetics, and I learned about to pass for logistics, QC departments, accounting, different other departments. And that made me to learn a lot of different things and be right here.
Anybody else? Any other questions? De donde eres? Where are you from?
I am from Guatemala.
Guatemala.
Yes.
And what am I doing?
What do you most proud of? And it doesn't not the way I said.
I am very proud to be right here because when I arrived to this country, given the opportunity to grow professional. I study in my country, I was studying for law, but I had to leave. And that time it was very hard, the situation over there. And I arrived right here and I started to work harder, study, and going to college and everything. So just to have, a position that I was having over there. Because over there also I was working in a manufacturing of plastic containers as well. So I was doing a lot of different things as well.
Great question. Thank you.
As an advocate, how does it feel? Right, those your journey like to be in a C-suite lifelong physician that women?
It feels very good, because it's something that you get because you hard work, you study hard, and you do whatever you have to do in order to be, grow professional and be right here, and take advantage of the opportunities that you say give it to us.
Been that for the next generation, for the ones starting after you, how to reach success.
Actually, I mentioned to everybody else, just to learn everything that you have, in front of you, Everybody sometimes tell me, Alci, can you do this? I don't know, but let me check. I call, I Google it. I do whatever I have to do in order to get the things, Yeah, exactly. So I said there is some people that sometimes they said, oh, no, I'm okay right here. And sometimes you talk with the people and you said, you know what, I have another position to give it to you and everything. And they tell you, no, I am not interested because it's, too much responsibility. So they just want to be over there, So.
I could really quick. So we're going to stay here a little moment. So my question to you is, have you ever encountered a difficult situation and how did you handle that?
Yeah, actually, there is a lot of different, situations very hard, to handle it. But I try to see, the things, how we can just put the things in work better. We are looking now who did, how the situations, came right here in front of you. We just look for the solution. If you have a hard, situation, we just need to look for a solution. And that way we can work together and together with everybody else as well. Because Rush Direct grew a lot, but also we have a lot of different people that is working behind us as well.
Yeah.
That they help us to be right here.
They help you to
Yes, exactly. Everybody put a little bit of everything,
Yeah. Usually it's teamwork.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So when you were talking about like the difficult situation that you find yourself sometimes in, if you were to give or talk to yourself 20 years ago, 10 years ago, when you were in those difficult situations, what advice or what would you tell the entrepreneurs here today, Alan? How do you like excel? How do you move forward when you feel stuck? What would you? Honestly, I'm asking advice for myself. So what would you tell somebody like me if I feel stuck?
Just to look for a solution, and find a way to go out for whatever you are stuck with. It's very hard sometimes, but there is some people that is around you that can help you as well. You can have advice and everything for everybody else. And when you feel, you even think about it and you said, okay, everything was, good after.
Okay. So your advice is do it again.
Yes.
Bro, fail, go again. Otra vez.
Yes.
Levántate, vamos.
Yeah, vamos. Yeah. Don't get stuck in the things because you work hard to be right here, And as I mentioned to everybody, when you learn things, nobody's going to take you from here. You're going to keep it forever. So you can work right here and pet business, cosmetics, or any other business, and you have the idea for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's similar,
Yeah.
everything. You just put it in action, everything. So
Put it in action.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. Juan, you heard that? I'm going to put things in action.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop asking permission and do the things that I need to do. Thank you. Thank you for coming on here to have a conversation.
No, thank you for having us right here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Alci.
Thank you, everybody.
Hi, and welcome to a continuation of the episode with Alci. Alci, we had an amazing, tuvimos una conversación, yo pienso que espectacular, pero lo que no pude, bueno, era el primero, it was the first live podcast. We had an audience, tenemos una audiencia y todo lo que estaba pasando, era mucho lo que estaba pasando y creo que no capté yo tu historia como la quería captar. Entonces, me invitaron para ver el warehouse. Dije yo, ¿sabes qué? I'm going to take this opportunity. I'm going to introduce her again, but we're going to get your story. Okay. Bueno, so this is a continuation from that day, Friday, or on Monday, still here in Chicago. Elsie, te quiero preguntar. Ahorita acabamos de platicar un poquito, me dijiste un poquito de tu historia. Unas preguntas de eso. Me platicaste ese día que viniste de Guatemala.
Sí.
De Guatemala, ok. Comencemos de un principio. ¿Qué es lo que estabas haciendo en Guatemala antes de venir aquí?
Yo era contadora, secretaria y contadora en una compañía de manufacturing, actually de containers plásticos.
Ajá. Contenedores plásticos. Ajá.
Sí. Y pues me encargaba de diferentes cosas como el payroll, la contabilidad. Cuando llegaban contenedores de resina, pues yo los recibía también en el warehouse.
Ajá.
Tenía que hacer todo lo de inventory.
Ajá.
Y pues la mayoría de cosas ahí en la compañía.
Pasaron varias situaciones en por qué tú tuviste que dejar tu país natal.
Sí,
Okay.
muchas razones.
¿Los puedes contar un poquito de esas historias o de esas razones?
Sí, prácticamente una de las primeras razones que era que había mucha guerrilla en esos tiempos, que eran los 80s, y pues estaba estudiando en la universidad para leyes, actually, no era accounting, pero estaba estudiando y hubo una vez que tomaron la universidad, la guerrilla, y pues nos quedamos encerrados y sí fue bastante difícil, pues con mucho miedo porque no sabíamos qué iba a pasar, pero gracias a Dios salimos de eso y ya decidimos mejor movernos para acá.
¿Se vinieron primero tus papás?
Sí, mis papás con 2 de mis hermanos. Actually fueron 2 hermanos primero, luego ya mi papá con otros 2 hermanos, porque somos 7 de la familia, 2 mujeres y 5 hombres. Y ya de último me quedé yo y uno de mis hermanos, y al final ya nos venimos también.
Ok, llegaron los 7 de tus papás. Te iba a preguntar, ¿eres la más grande?
Soy la segunda.
¿Eres la segunda?
Sí, tengo un hermano más grande.
Un hermano más grande. ¿Cuántos años tenías cuando llegaste hasta aquí?
Tenía 23 años.
23 años. ¿Soltera?
Sí, 23.
Sin casada.
Sin casarme ni nada.
¿Con tus estudios?
Con estudios graduada de secretaria y accounting, y estaba en la universidad estudiando leyes.
No. ¿Ibas a hacer una?
Supuestamente, pero luego ya aquí me cambié.
Ok. Llegan aquí, supongo que no hablas el lenguaje, no conocen mucha gente. ¿Cómo fue ese estado de vida para ti?
Como empezar de cero otra vez, la verdad, porque empecé a trabajar. Yo trabajé como cualquier otra persona que viene aquí en una bodega y empacando productos. Actually fue en cosmetics también. Fue una compañía donde yo empecé, que era otra compañía antes de Ericsson. Y ahí fue donde fui aprendiendo y todo. Y me metí a la escuela, trabajaba, estudiaba y pues quería salir adelante también, you know? Y luego con el tiempo pues fui y me cambié de trabajo y me fui a Ericsson, donde ahí crecí profesionalmente. La verdad, me dieron la oportunidad.
Okay, so you left the warehouse and you came to the front offices.
Yes, exactly.
What did you do with the cosmetic company?
In the cosmetic company, I did a lot of different things. I mean, como te digo, pasé por diferentes departamentos. Logistic, quality control, inventory control, y llegué hasta el planning production, que ahí fue donde ya empecé a hacer muchas cosas en la oficina.
Okay.
Yeah, muchas cosas.
Me platicaste que desafortunadamente se murió el owner del cosmetic company y cerraron la compañía.
Sí, cerraron la compañía.
Y viniste buscando another manufacturing, because you knew it, porque lo encontrabas. ¿Encontraste a Rush Direct?
Sí.
Okay. Me estabas platicando, me estabas diciendo que eran 4 de ustedes a un principio. La persona en warehouse, tú en la oficina y los 2 owners. Que, I mean, there were sales, there were owners, there were everything else, and you were everything else that was here.
Exactly.
How did it grow? Well, primero, ¿cuántos años tienes con ellos?
Tengo 20 años.
20 years with Rush Direct.
20 años con Rush Direct.
So you're one of the original 4 people that was with Rush Direct.
Vera y Charles siempre dicen que yo fui el employee número 1. Siempre se lo dicen a todos.
Employee number 1.
Sí.
Han crecido a muchos más empleados, las warehouses y todo eso que han hecho. Tú viendo los owners, the struggles that they went through, las batallas que han sucedido, o las cosas que pasan, porque la vida sigue.
Sí,
la vida no espera para el trabajo que tienes. Tú como you like a professional, you as a professional, how have you also grown with them?
Sí, he crecido bastante porque la verdad, por decirlo así, he puesto mis manos en todo, para ayudarles, tanto en la oficina como en el warehouse. Yo podría estar aquí en la oficina, pero si necesitaban ayuda allá, yo me iba allá y les ayudaba porque queríamos sacar la producción, queríamos mandar el producto a tiempo y no tener atrasos. Pero aprendí de todo. Más aparte de lo que ya venía del cosmetics, porque ahí fue donde mainly aprendí most of the things. Y aquí las puse en práctica, por decirlo así.
Las pusiste en práctica,
Sí,
you just put them to
exactly.
use. Yeah,
Exactly.
y te estaba platicando que las cosas que emprendes en una, realmente tu trabajo es tu escuela, porque vas aprendiendo y vas enseñando a la otra gente mientras tú que vas avanzando también.
Exactly.
Y todo lo que tú vas organizando las cosas en tu mente, tú lo tienes que, you have to dictate to somebody else, you have to give it to
Sí.
somebody else to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Rush Direct really quick, just for a little bit. What is Rush Direct?
Rush Direct actually is a solution provider
Okay.
for most of the retail stores right here in the United States.
Mhm.
Cuando ellos empezaron, lo primero que teníamos era su brand,
Ujú.
otra Chuli, y teníamos otra que se llamaba Seduction
Mhm.
para gatos. Y ellos trabajaron duro, pusieron el producto en diferentes clientes, lo mostraron y todo, hasta que Walmart los agarró.
Mhm.
Y luego siguieron vendiendo para diferentes retail stores.
Retail stores. So ahorita Rush Direct hace white labels.
Yes.
White labels, and Rush Direct has its own brand. And overall, I seen it. Y'all got the whole certification, the printing, the what is it called? Juan? When it's oh my God, when it's labeled. I don't remember. Anyway, no me puedo acordar los temas. So they get it to. Were you with them? ¿Estabas con ellos when they already had Walmart or when they were getting into Walmart?
Ellos acaban de agarrar Walmart.
They just had gotten Walmart.
Yes.
Okay.
Cuando yo entré y estaban en el proceso, porque me recuerdo que fue hace muchos años, pero yo estaba ayudando a crear las cuentas en Retailing, que es el portal que Walmart usa para poder setear todo los productos.
So you had to learn Walmart system too?
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard about they have a system that you have to use to put in numbers and things and
they have
things
different
and things
systems. They have different portals.
Yeah, portals.
To handle a lot of different things.
Yeah. Okay, so Rush Direct it's a partnering solution for what would you say, pet treats, pet food?
Treats, pet food,
Mm-hmm.
and other. I mean, mainly is pet treats.
Pet treats.
Mhm.
Okay.
But we do some pet food and also another accessories, but it's very minimal.
Better than So it's amazing. Okay. So Rush Direct. So y'all grow from 4 to about 30. And on any given day, on those who you're actually paying, those who come in as consultants, those who come in from other places, you'll have an influx of holidays come up, so you'll have to hire more employees to be able to push out more product and things like that. On any given real day, you have 6+ employees. That includes the people who take the pictures for professional, the salespeople who are selling. You have an interesting position now as Chief Operating Officer. Still their number one employee. So as their Chief Operating Officer, I think this is the amazing part, that you're doing a lot of what they were doing at the beginning, which is flying out to different manufacturing companies. I don't know, I want to call it quality control, I don't know what it is, to see the products, to make sure the products are correct before they're given to you.
Actually is to learn about them. Each manufacturer is different. And actually is to learn how they process the product, what is the lead time that they have, how we're gonna work if we order with them, how long it's gonna take the process of the labels, the packaging and everything in order to have the final product. Because they do everything.
Yeah.
So we need to learn from them, and that way we know how to proceed and work with them with our orders as well, and our products.
Okay. You said a lot of something that I don't understand because I'm not in the manufacturing company, but I'm assuming it's important stuff to know. It is important stuff to know because you have to buy from them to be able to get the product. There's a lot of exchange going on. I heard, escuché, que when you send it shipment through the ocean, it's a whole thing, the port and where it comes through, and then and the logistics, it's a whole complicated system.
Yes.
it's something completely like it's a foreign language to everybody. And so when people learn logistics, people really like that. Okay, and you know that.
Yes.
You know how to you figured that out.
Mhm.
One of the things that I thought was funny that day, Friday night, it's like, so how do you learn? And you're like, I don't know, I teach myself. I have to Google.
I had to Google call. Somebody called somebody, that they are working warehouse logistics and said, okay, how you do this and how you, did to put this product right here or move that product from over there to here. So I just Google it, try to find it out how to proceed with the things,
How to do
And I
it.
get it. I mean, it's just like Google is very amazing,
Pero tú misma,
Do it a lot.
tú no dejaste tú no has dejado de aprender.
No.
Ahorita estamos platicando de still courses that you were still taking to learn more things.
Yes.
Why is education so important to you?
Actually, it's because, me gusta aprender, no sé, me gusta saber porque así cuando tú ya estás trabajando, sabes de lo que están hablando, sabes de lo que tú puedes comunicarte con todas las demás personas, ya sea logistics o manufacturing o el proceso de un producto, lo que sea, Y ahorita con las certificaciones, pues yo siempre estoy learning.
Aprendiendo,
Dándole.
dándole.
Dándole. Sí, es que eso nunca se determina, las cosas son...
El aprender.
El aprender. Y uno es capable to get a lot of different things, Yo lo considero, me acuerdo cuando estaba trabajando en producción, había máquinas y me decían, tú no puedes ahí porque solo una persona la puede funcionar porque es very hard to work with a machine. Y I said, no, una máquina no me va a ganar a mí. Nosotros tenemos nuestra mente, nosotros pensamos y podemos figure out the things, So, y les demostré que sí la podía manejar. So, me puse y sí la pude manejar. Pero todo es que uno mismo, ¿cómo te diré? Que uno mismo tenga las ganas de aprender y tenga ¿cómo te diré? Que el goal de que eso es algo que tú lo puedes hacer, cualquiera lo puede hacer. Para eso no hay estudio, o sea, puedes tú aprender todo lo que tú quieras, todo depende de uno. Todo depende de uno, prácticamente.
Ok, como se escucha mucho lo que me dice mi mamá, cuando uno dice eso, ¿qué significa? Uno lo puede hacer, uno puede aprender. ¿Cómo uno encuentra las ganas de aprender? Decir, ¿sabes qué? Quiero hacer más, o quiero aprender esto, pero no me encuentro yo el tiempo. O, ¿sabes qué? No lo agarro, por ejemplo, a mí en matemáticas, olvídalo. Lloro enfrente de a problem, like algebra, calculus, forget it. I just start to cry because I don't get it. But, so how do you overcome that frustration, that fear, that anxiety, that tense of like, I don't get it. How do you overcome it?
Mira, actually te voy a comentar cierta partecita. Yo también no era tan buena en matemáticas. Y sí lloraba. Decía, oh my gosh, how am I going to pass this? Era different things. And I said, I have to do it. Me metí a tutoring. I did tutoring for every single. And at the end, lo pasé con A+, y hasta tuve un certificado de los 100 mejores en el college. Te puedo decir. So, es just que depende de uno ya, la verdad. Al principio uno dice, oh, it's very hard y no voy a poder. Pero luego al mismo tiempo tú debes pensar, no. Si esta persona lo hizo, la otra también hizo, ¿por qué tú no lo vas a poder hacer?
Porque ya no.
Yeah. Yo siempre he tenido esa mentalidad. So.
Muchas de las conversaciones que tenemos that we talk about on this podcast es de la salud mental, educación, equal pay, which matters to you here, right? And entrepreneurship. But let me go to pay. They're family owned and family run, so they understand ellos reconocen la importancia de familia, de uno. En cuidar tu familia también they have to compensate you in a way that is fair, right? Would you say that too? That it's a very fair company?
Yes, it's very fair company. we have people que tienen familias y es más, si ellos no pueden entrar temprano porque tienen que dejar a los niños a la escuela, ok, puedes entrar a la escuela, pero te vienes a trabajar. Hay alguien que tiene que recoger a sus niños de la escuela, ellos pueden ir tarde, entrar temprano y salirse un poquito más temprano. You know?
Do you think it was you who set that standard with them? Because tú comenzaste su familia mientras que tú estabas con ellos.
Sí.
Tú te casaste, o sea, a lo mejor te casaste antes de llegar aquí, pero tú tenías tu familia, tus hijos y todo eso. Entonces, do you feel like you set that standard? Like, look, my family is really important too. My career is important, but so is my family.
Sí, todo es importante y uno tiene que tener el tiempo para todo, la verdad. Y yo en mi persona puedo decirte que gracias a Dios por mi mamá y mi papá, que ellos fueron los que me ayudaron mucho cuando empezamos y llegamos. Ellos nos han ayudado a todos, la verdad. Mi mamá y mi papá, ellas nos cuidaban, nos llevaban a los niños a la escuela, ¿Qué te puedo decir? Mi mamá y mi papá han sido, ¿cómo te diré? La base que nosotros hemos podido para poder superarnos aquí en Estados Unidos. Ellos nos han ayudado mucho. Y la verdad, por ellos estamos aquí. ¿Verdad? La verdad.
En éxito.
En éxito. Porque te puedo decir, todos mis hermanos, ellos tienen un buen trabajo, trabajan bien, tienen todo. Y todos en su casa, todos han crecido profesionalmente. Y mi papá y mi mamá nos ayudaron a todos con nuestros hijos.
Y por la mentalidad que se tenían que ir de un lugar que no iba a funcionar, aunque ustedes estudiaron, aunque ustedes iban a hacer sus maestrías, lawyers, judges, teachers, and all that stuff, the opportunity wasn't going to be there.
No, porque la situación estaba muy difícil.
Era difícil.
Era difícil.
Una guerrilla así. Y toma años, decades, for a country to bounce back from civil war.
Te puedo decir que sí, tomó años. Tal vez ahorita ya no hay todo eso, pero pues nosotros ya nos establecimos aquí. So.
Sí, yeah. It was a great choice, especially for Rush Direct, that you came to the United States and that you continue to learn with them and that you continue to do the things that you do.
Yeah, because ese field era different, you know, than my background in cosmetics. So.
Their background in cosmetics. I just a little bit. I want to learn a little bit about the owners themselves. Son brasileños. Son their wife and husband themselves, the owners. How has life? I haven't met them yet, and I'm gonna meet. I want to meet them, but I'm curious to know your interpretation of who they are as people.
Mira, te puedo decir que son unas grandes personas, la verdad, que pues la vida me dio la oportunidad de conocer y trabajar con ellos y ayudarles. Porque te puedo decir que son muy trabajadoras y la verdad ellos siempre están, ¿cómo te diré? También preocupados por el bienestar de los empleados. Y han trabajado duro para poder crecer con la compañía.
Los empleados.
Sí.
La gente que
la
sigue
gente
aquí
que
con ellos.
sigue aquí con nosotros y dura años. Y pues están trabajando aquí. Y yo regularmente hablo con ellos, le digo cómo te sientes, lo que tú haces, estás bien, todo bien. Me dicen, no, everything okay. All right. So, are you okay con tu posición, con lo que haces? Sí.
Nice. Okay. Y te pregunté ese día también. What advice would you give una muchacha, digamos que tiene los 25 años? Igual, ¿verdad? She's leaving college. She's doing, and she wants to, can't figure it out. Doesn't know what she wants to do in life, or she's stuck, or she's a single mom. What would you tell her? What would you recommend? I know maybe you're not a single mother, but I understand the struggles that you've been through, and sometimes they're similar. ¿Qué le dirías?
Pero la verdad es que es muy difícil porque uno no está, ¿cómo te diré? En la situación de cada uno, ¿no? Pero yo diría que es perseverancia a todo lo que haces, porque si tú realmente quieres algo, lo vas a agarrar a como puedas, ¿no? So, tú luchas por eso, que tú te pones una meta y dices, algún día voy a tener esto, algún día voy a estar, porque yo, mira, trabajaba en una compañía haciendo unas bobinas y era una mesa, y yo decía, yo tenía un segundo trabajo, después de Cosmetics, yo trabajaba de 6 a medianoche, y para ayudarme económicamente. Y ahí, sentada haciendo las bobinas, yo decía, algún día voy a estar detrás de un escritorio, algún día voy a estar detrás de un escritorio, ¿no? So, estudiaba, trabajaba, no todos los días, pero hasta doblaba turno. Yo, increíble, a veces me digo, yo no sé ni cómo podía hacer todo eso, pero, a mí, eso, la perseverancia y que nunca dejes de soñar, dejar de soñar por lo que y luchar por lo que tú realmente quieres, ¿no? Pero sí les recomiendo que estudien. El estudio te ayuda bastante, ¿no? El estudio es la clave para el éxito, te puedo decir, ¿no?
Aprender.
Aprender, aprender. Yo sé que a veces mucha gente dice, oh, pero el estudio, tú vas y trabajas y nunca aplicas nada de lo que estudiaste o de lo que te graduaste. Pero te ayuda, tú aprendes, tu mente se hace como más guay para aprender y entender las cosas.
Es lo que le digo a mi hijo. I tell him a lot of the life is troubleshooting. You know, education just gives you the courage to troubleshoot a lot of your life. Because you know how to troubleshoot when you're learning. You have to take tests and you have to do all this other stuff. Or you have to be able to like understand what it is that you're reading, what you're doing with whatever material you're given. And then you have to troubleshoot how you understand that material. Because you have to show them that you understand it. So you decide how you're going to understand it. And then you go ahead and apply it.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of the time, a lot of the life is you. It has to be you. It's how you apply what you're learning and what you're doing. Honestamente, para mí he sido así. Las cosas han sido así para mí. Que tengo que manejar la vida personal con my health. My mental health issues with my whatever, my relationships with my family. Pero did you want to add something?
No, solo te iba a decir something, pero siempre, tomándote el tiempo para disfrutar de la vida, tanto profesionalmente, tu trabajo, como tu familia también, Siempre tienes que tener un poquito de time para enjoy.
Figure out what time what works for you.
Exactly.
Okay. I already asked you that day, but usually when I leave an interviewee, I always ask, do you consider yourself a leader?
Yes.
Yes.
Prácticamente toda mi familia y todos dicen, yeah, you are a leader because you usually said, okay, we're going to do this one, we're going to do this one, and you're going to do this. O sea, ¿cómo te diré? Ya uno lo trae.
Es natural.
Es natural.
You're a natural leader. Some people are natural leaders.
Exactly.
But you know what? The good thing is that you recognize that. So that means when me dice mi esposo, Angelica, when somebody doesn't take leadership role, just step into it. And when natural leaders just kind of but some people kind of expect it, and they're like, they'll turn to you and be like, we're following you. Go ahead. Is that what happens with you?
Yeah.
Exactly. They're like, Alci, she knows the directions. Just, we're fine. She'll get us there.
No, y entre más haces el trabajo, más agarras experiencia, porque yo puedo decirte, a veces hay algún problema y le digo, okay, just do this and the other one, and just, say, oh, okay, everything is okay after. Okay. But you learn the way, You learn because everything is the experience that you are getting since you're
Is it okay to make mistakes?
Yes, it's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. In this life, everybody makes mistakes, Nobody is perfect in this life. And you have to learn, If you do a mistake, learn. And after, you're going to avoid it again, So you try to learn from every mistake that you do.
Alci, thank you so much. Again, Alci, your last name, pronounce it for me again.
Gramajo.
Gramajo. Alci Gramajo, COO, Chief Operating Officer of Restaurant. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Angelica.